Yo, what up, crew? It is Wednesday, January 21st, 2026 at 7 p.m. Okay. A decent amount has happened. So I went on that date and it was so fun. It was so fun. He picked me up. I literally have photos of Mia waiting at the window to see what kind of car he drives, like seeing if he's gonna come to the door or something. And like it was so funny. She was like more excited and like curious to see than I was. But I was telling everyone, I was like, guys, if he doesn't drive a fucking truck, there's gonna be a problem. And so he picks me up and he is in a truck and he's in a big, nice truck. And he picks me up, he opens the doors for me, everything. Like there's not really a lull in conversation. We're driving. He drove all the way from fucking can't remember where, but it's far away. It's like 35-40 minutes, and I don't think he was expecting that. But I did warn him. He told me he would pick me up, and I was like, I'll just drive to you. Like, that's like a lot for you to drive all the way to Boulder, pick me up, and then pass Lakewood and go into Denver. Like, that's such a waste of time. And he was like, no, like, you don't, I pick you up. That's how this works. Like, you don't drive on a date. And I was like, okay. I love driving, but whatever. Picks me up, not a lull in the conversation. We get in there. He spends so much fucking money. He bought the tickets and then he pays $60 in parking. And then we go in there and we're trying to find his friends, trying to find where the stock show actually is, where the rodeo is. And we eventually find it. And then he's like on the phone with his friends and trying to like figure out where they are and try to get them to come to us because they ended up having left where we just got to go to where we walked from. And we're like, we're not going back over there. There's nothing over there for us except like some food, but there's some food here. So y'all can come back over here with us and go shopping through the stock show. And then we meet up with his friends. They're hammered and they're just like kind of talking to him. Like the first one comes up, just kind of talking to him. And then he like stops and he's like, wait, that was so rude of me. Hi, I'm whatever the fuck his name, Landon, actually, I think it was. And I was like, oh, hi. Like, I'm Haley. Nice to meet you. And whatever, we're walking around, we meet up with a couple other of his friends, and one of them has a girl along, and like, Matt is literally telling me, he's like, there's so much drama in this friend group, da 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 da. Like, you're gonna have to stick around to catch on. But like, here's the best I can do, and like, explained kind of the rundown of some things so I wouldn't be so like lost with everything. It was really sweet actually. And then we were walking around shopping. He was like, go point at anything you want to go into. Like, we will go in it, I'll get you something. And I was like, no, I don't need anything. Like, I'm here for the vibes. I don't need to buy shit, actually. And he was like, what do you mean you're a girl? And I was like, shopping like kind of stresses me out. Like, I'm like, this is fun. Like, I'm having fun here, but like, if I don't go shopping, I spend too much money. I don't like it. And I only go out shopping if I need something. I don't like go walk around and browse. Like, I know what I want. I go straight to where it is, get it, and leave. He's like, he was like, I have a giant problem with buying shoes. Like, a large problem. Like, you can't let me buy any shoes. And I was like, okay. Go right. Okay. and we're walking around all these things, and we're hanging out with his friends, and it's funny, and everyone's making jokes, and then we're like going to look at some of the horse trailers with like nice ass cabs, and we go in them, and he's like, how'd you feel like we get married, we get one of these, and then we drive around the country and just travel? And I was like, fuck yeah. But also, this is our first date. We've been talking for like 2 weeks. What do you mean marriage? Whatever. And then we're like walking around doing a couple other things. He keeps trying to hold my hand. We do like this drunk driving simulator, and he goes in for it, and because you get into an actual car and they just have like these drunk goggles on you, but it's a simulator, like VR, and you drive on this road, and it was not accurate at all. Like every turn I made, like and vision went blurry. It was like, no. But he like goes to do it, and I put my hands out, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, and he gives me all his shit, put this little cowboy hat on me, and whatever, we're doing that, we're making fun of his friends, they're making fun of me because I did not do very well, but you know what, I did better than some of them. And then we go like shop around a little more, and he's looking at these shoes. I can't remember what they're called, but they're like Hey Dudes but waterproof and quadruple the price. And he was like, can I please get these? Like, all my friends have them, they rave about them, like I want to wear them duck hunting tomorrow. And I was like, didn't you say like you weren't trying to get any? And he was like, but these will last me forever. Like, all my friends have them, they're so good, they say such good things, like I need a pair. And I was like, okay, you get them. And I was like, let me carry the bags, like I'll carry the bags. And he was like, no, like get the fuck away from me. And I was like, oh, should have known. And then we grab his friends, and we go down to him, and all his friends are like in the rodeo. Not this one that we were going to, but like they ride. Some of them like ride bulls, some of them ride broncos, some of them just ride. And so we get to go into the competitors lounge and watch the rodeo from there because he didn't get tickets for it. And so we're like, we have our own bar. It's nothing bougie or anything. It's like in a fucking basement, but we have our own fucking bar and food and tables and like TVs, multiple TVs. So we're basically down there with him, his friends, and like all of his friend groups, like individual outer circles. And so I'm hanging out with them. He's like explaining everything that's going on to me, like how they score it, like all this shit, and making sure I'm like not feeling like an idiot. And then his friends are like, oh, you gonna baby trap this one? And he was like, fuck yeah. And I was like, hello, I heard that. She was like, I'm just kidding. I was like, bitch, be so fucking for real. But this is funny. Like, I like this. Like, I like that you like me a lot. Like, you should. And then what else? Oh, him and his friends like have this inside joke, and they all make fun of each other for liking and kissing girls. Like very middle school banter, but it's like funny, like it's not immature, it's like clearly a bit they do. And so they were like, you like girls, to Matt? And he was like, no, I swear I don't. And I was like, guys, like just being honest. And they were like, I was like, guys, I'm a dude, I swear. He was like, she's right, like I have pictures to prove it. And I was like, guys, my dick is way bigger than all of yours, like I swear I'm a dude. And then Matt's like, it's my screensaver, like da 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 da, running with it. And his friends were like, she's kind of cool. And then he was like, okay, we're like barely even watching the rodeo and we're basically just hanging out with my friends and we're not even like fully talking. Like, do you want to go play mini golf? And I was like, fuck yeah. Down. Like, whatever you want to do. I'm having fun here. I'm vibing with this, but we can play mini golf if you want. And he was like, okay, like, let's stay for like 2 more bronc rides. His friends all gave us shit. I'm like trying to help one of his friends riz this MILF because he like shot a shot and she kind of left. And I was like, what's wrong with you? Double down. Go over there and like say this. And so we leave. He does it. Calls us when we're at mini golf, and he's like, "Bro, I closed. Like, I'm hooking up with this girl tonight. I swear to God, like I just made out with her." Me. That was me. um. So then we're playing mini golf and like chatting. Like it was fun, and I was like, "I'm not very good at mini golf, and you're probably gonna win, but I'm letting you know, like I am a cheater. Like I will cheat. Like I will cheat if it means I'm winning." Or I have a better shot and I don't lose by like an embarrassing amount. So we were doing like good banter the whole time and it was funny and I'm like poking fun of him, he's poking fun of me. Like the conversation had never stopped throughout the whole night. And he picked me up around, when did he pick me up? I think like around 6, a little earlier. And so we go to mini golf, it's like 10. We leave mini golf, so fun. Like he won the first one and then I won the second one. Or we tied. I don't know. But I was like, in my book, I won both of those, so fuck you. He's like, yeah, you cheated in both of them. I was like, I cheated less in the second one, okay? But it was so cool. It was a mini golf restaurant that also had a bar and like cocktail waitresses coming around and like taking our drink orders and giving us drinks, so we never had to leave. It was awesome. And then we leave. We come to mine. He comes in. It's funny. Like it's good, fine, whatever. We're here for a while, and then Mia gets home and like almost comes through our door, and I was like, Mia, wait, like wait, and we were just like laying in bed, but no covers, like bits and such were out, and Mia's like dying laughing through the fucking door, and I was like, wait, hold on, like put your clothes on, I gotta go talk to her, and so I go over into her room and I talked to her and I was like, wait, I thought you were having a guy over, like da 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 da, whatever, all this shit. And then I was like, okay, well, I wanna go say hi to my little man. She was like, yeah. I was like, okay, check it out. And he goes, Haley, what are you doing? He's like in his boxers on his phone across my bed. He's like, Haley. I was like, I got it, sorry. And then like she leaves again, and then I can't remember what happened. Oh, and then he was like, do you care if I still go duck hunting? And I was like, no, I don't care at all. Like, I knew you were planning to do that already. Like, I don't give a fuck if you still go. Like, you're fine. He's like, really, you don't care? And I was like, no, you're fine. Not a big deal. He was like, okay. Like, sounds good. Gets dressed, we're chatting, whatever. And I was like, all right, see you around. Go in, hang out with Mia, chat about Mr. Mian, who is fucking perfect. And then we're chatting and like laughing and whatever. And then I'm like, okay, it's like 3 a.m. now. Like, I gotta go to bed. And then I never heard from him, which was kind of sad, to be honest. Like, I was actually pretty sad about that. Yeah. So then a couple days go by, and I'm going out with like Sarah and Tiana, and I posted like on my story, and I look damn good in it too. And I'm like waiting for his name to pop up in viewed, because I was like, I just need to know that you know I exist, and that you didn't miss the fact that like my message of, hey, I'm on my way, when you told me you were outside my house, that was still undelivered. So I was like, I just need to know that like he knows I exist and is choosing to ignore that for a fact, for me to be able to like move on. So all night long I'm stalking the viewers of my fucking Snapchat story, and I'm like, where is it? You know, the first fucking 5 were, well, who was in the first fucking 5? Grady, who I removed. And then I kept looking at his profile, because I was like, no way he notices, because I have him removed. So I'm showing up in his following tab, not in like the stories tab. So I'm showing up in your fucking following tab, and you're not removing me? Like, what's wrong with you? So I keep checking to see if he removed me, and then I get back on my fucking Grady train. And I'm like, I wonder what he's doing. Thank God I had my Instagram deactivated, or I would have been stalking that motherfucker like nobody's business. And I only have my Finsta, and I don't follow him on it, and he doesn't follow it. So there's no way for me to stalk him, which was good, and I needed that. I'm really liking my Instagram deactivation. I'm feeling very mysterious. Like, no one had seen or heard from me in a month and a half, and then I posted on Snapchat, and it's like, yeah, that's all you get, 24 hours. You don't get to look back at it. And then I didn't look in like the last couple hours. I forgot. But I didn't see Matt's fucking name in that viewers list. So to me, that means he's consciously not opening it. So, bye. Done and good. What else is going on in the boy front? Okay, so when break started, this is like a couple days before my date with Matt. I'm hanging out with Max and his friend Hunter, who's visiting, drove with him from like California to Boulder, because Max drove his truck out. And I'm hanging out with them, and we're like chatting, and he's like, wait, so are you good with Blaze now? And I was like, I don't really know. I'm assuming so. Like, we hung out the other day, and we like talked outside Grace's party, and I went over to your guys's, and we talked a little more, and I like got a little too fucked up and could not get in an Uber back, so I walked home later, whatever. And I was like, he like wanted to start things up again, and I don't think that's a good idea. So I don't know if that means he even wants to be friends, or if we can just be like civil right now. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I think that we're civil. Like, I'm civil. And he's like, yeah, I think definitely you guys need to be friends first. I would like put a pin in that. And I was like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't really have any interest in going down that road. And then like we talked about something else, and then instantly he's like, oh, Haley, can you believe I'm single now? And I was like, oh, what happened? And he's like, oh, she wanted to go on another break, like da 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 da, so I just ended it. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, like that's hard. And he was like, yeah, it's fine. And then Hunter's like in the backseat of my car, and he's like, he's a free fucking man. And it's like, I know Max's boy right now. Like, he wants to start things up again. That's what's going on. And, which I'm not against. But whatever, so I've been hanging out with him like a lot over break. Or not break, but since like he got back and we've gone out, whatever. I see him like multiple times a week. I don't know where I was going with that. Whatever. Either way, I'm hanging out with him and Hunter like for the past week and a half frequently. And if I don't go out with them, they meet up with me at the bars. They'll be like, where are you? I'm like, attic. And oh my god, wait, I have another update. Okay. And they are riding my dick, but not in a dick riding way. If that makes any sense. Like, they're like, you're one of the coolest girls we've ever met. And I was like, yeah, I know. I didn't say that. And I was like, you're like by far my favorite of like the girlfriends Max has introduced me to. Like, you're awesome. You're so cool. And I was like, thanks. And like Max over the course of the week multiple times was like, I love you so much. Like, you're so fucking cool, Haley. Like, da 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 da. Like, something. And it's just like kind of beating that. But I think he's doing it because he knows I had a rough time at the very beginning of the school year. And I was like, I don't really know where I stand with anyone. And I don't know if like anyone's actually my friend and like, or like just pretending to be my friend. And then like behind closed doors is like talking badly about me. Like, that's honestly my biggest fear. And like, I'm really nervous like that's happening with like this group of guys. And he and AB shut that shit down immediately. They were like, we don't say a bad fucking word about you. Like, you're our favorite fucking girl ever. Da 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 da. You're so cool. Like, you have plans. You don't rely on us. Like, we just join you. And true. What am I thinking? Oh, so like every time I see him, he's like, I love you so much. I love you so much. Like, you're so cool. Over and over and over again, like every 5 minutes. It feels pretty awesome. And Hunter will chime in. And then the other day, Saturday, today's Wednesday, it was Josh's night out. So we had some people over here, including Durga, Joel, Josh, myself, and then Max, AB, and then Max's like two friends. I can't remember their names, but they were pretty cool. And then like, fuck, what was his name? I don't know. Whatever though. And then we like were pre-gaming here, and then Tommy came, and then Tommy and AB left to go get food, and then met us out at the bars, and then I grabbed Clem, and we go to the bars, and then I don't know, it's just like a whole whirlwind of a night. Like, we're all over the place. It's pretty unimportant. But during the pregame, Max's two friends that I can't remember their names were like, wait, we've heard such good things about you. Like, you live up to the fucking hype. Like, Max didn't shut up about you on the way over here. Like, wouldn't stop talking about how cool you are, how fun you are, like, how awesome and great, and like, you're the chillest girl ever. And they were like, you live up to the hype. Like, you're so awesome. You're so hospitable and kind. Like, you're one of the best people I've ever met. Like, you're dope. And I was like, thanks. And then Max, like, later on in the night was like, I literally don't stop telling my friends about you. Like, any opportunity I get, like, I tell my friends how cool you are. Like, I think everyone needs to know. Everyone that's going to meet you, I'm like, she's the coolest fucking bitch you're ever gonna meet. Like, that girl is so awesome. Like, she's a ride or die. She's so nice. She's so kind. She's so fun. She's her own. And anything all night long. Like, we went to bars and then we went back to theirs. And then Char and Katie showed up, and like, I'm good with Char, we'll get on that after. But Katie showed up, and I was like, all right, I'm ready to go. So Clem and I go to his, and then they leave, and Josh texts us to come back, and he was like, everyone wants you here, like, come back. I was like, okay, come back. And now there's like a couple random girls that are over, and it's for like, very clearly for like Tommy and AB, Max, and Blaze, they all have one. And so it's just me, Josh, Clem, and Durga, and Joel. I don't think Zoe was there. Zoe's Durga's girlfriend. And Joel is Durga's friend from home, Aspen. And so we were all hanging out, and it was like a little uncomfortable. Like, I don't really care. Like, I'm not in love with any of you. I don't care if you're like going to fuck one of these girls, like, big fucking whoop. And like, anytime Max would talk to this girl, and he would hear me like ask Hunter for something, or like ask Clem or Josh or something for someone, and he would, I got it, I'll get it for you. And I was like, you love me. He was so nice. He's awesome. I love him. That's kind of my fill there. And so I ran into Shar probably like the Thursday before that Saturday. I was out at Spotted, and Max and Hunter met up with me and Clem and like Alicia and Nora, like all them. Nora and I are like fine now. We've bumped into each other quite a few times because we have the same friend group, and we're just like, let's just not talk about it and be chill. Like, let's just move on. And we did. We're cool. We don't like hang out on our own, but we're like chatty when we see each other in a group setting. And so I'm at Spotted, I get them, and then Durga ends up joining us, and with Durga and someone else is Shar, and I'm talking to them, and I haven't even noticed that she's next to them. Like, I'm hammered, and I'm like, oh my god. And Durga's like, yeah, Shar's here. And I go, oh, hi. And she was like, hi. And then we like patched it up in the bathroom real quick. She was like, this is why I heard you were mad, because you thought that I only texted you to go to that, like, your pregame for the game because Tommy was going to be there, and I didn't get an invite. And I was like, that was part of it, but it wasn't the reason I stopped our friendship. The reason I stopped our friendship is because I saw you in press play. And shut up. And then I saw, like, we made eye contact, and then I saw Katie grab you, point at me, and y'all leave. So that's why I stopped being friends with you. She said something I can't remember, but we just kind of moved on, and we're chill. And then that night she got really upset because Tommy was being a douchebag and like flirting with all these other girls in front of her, and she was crying, so I was dealing with that. And then Blaze ended up taking the lead once we got to theirs, because we were just like at Rosetta with like a couple other people, and we were like, wait, where is everyone? So we called like Durga, and we were like, oh, can you ask Tommy if it's okay that like Shar and I both come? And he was like, yeah. So we go, and then like Tommy has a girl there, so Shar grabs Max, they go downstairs, they talk about it for a minute. I go check on her, she's like, yeah, I'm fine. And then she goes upstairs, and then she feels upset about it again, goes to Blaze. Blaze is taking her home. She's like, Blaze is gonna take me home, I'll see you later, thank you, I love you, like, da da da, whatever. I text her in the morning, we chat a little bit, and then I see her again on Saturday, and we're good and we're hanging out. But then I like go up to Blaze, because Blaze was with us on Saturday, and I was like, why are you being so weird and like in the corner? And he was like, it's pretty awkward having both you and Katie here. And I was like, huh? I was like, what? He's like, yeah, she's right behind you. And I go, oh, I gotta go. And I leave. And then, like, whatever. It wasn't a big deal. I was just like, I don't want to be in this situation, so I'm gonna remove myself. And that's that. Nothing crazy. But I will say, when she showed up to, like, the afters at, like, Blaze and Max and Tommy and AB's house, I had, like, asked before I went over there, like, who was there. Everyone was like, no, like, she's not here, you're fine. Da-da-da-da-da. And then she showed up, and I wasn't, like, upset. I was just like, I feel uncomfortable. I would like to leave. So Clem and I leave. And then when I came back, everyone was like, we did not know she was coming. Like, I would have given you a heads up if I had known. Like, we had no idea. And I was like, it's no one's fault. Fine. Like, I'm not pissed at anyone. It's y'all's house. Like, comes with the territory of being friends with you guys again. It's okay. I'm just gonna remove myself from the situation when that happens. Like, I don't want any of that drama. And that was kind of that. Like, whatever. But that's my weekend update. Classes are tough, but I discovered that what really works for me, because I don't really understand a single thing going on in any of my classes, and it's literally week 2, 3 maybe, I can't remember, 2. I don't understand a fucking word that's being said in lectures. I don't understand any of the readings. It's impossible. And I'm so frustrated sitting in that class because it's like, I don't even know how to take notes on something I don't understand. Like, I can copy what's on your slides, but that's not telling me anything. Like, that's not helping me here. So that was really annoying. And whatever. Yeah. Really annoying. Did not appreciate it. But I discovered that if I go into chat and I do like a voice texting thing, like there's like an option for a voice chat. So like chat will speak back to me and we'll have a conversation. So I just went through my notes and I was like, I don't understand this. Everything clicked. It took me like an hour, but everything clicked. I like wrote on top of my notes like more clarifying things to like make it click when I read back. But it was like actually really helpful and made a lot of sense, and now I feel a lot better about class tomorrow, which is goated. But I do have this class that why am I being retarded? After that class that I have to use chat for, that has these readings that are fucking impossible, but I understand everything happening in lecture, but the readings are so impossible. He was like, you're gonna have to read through it like 4 fucking times to have a slight grasp of what they're talking about. Do not use chat ever for anything at all in this class. And I was like, I'll try. I didn't try yet. Because I want to know what's going on in the fucking lecture when we're talking about the reading. So I plugged it into chat and I was like, give me the simplest fucking explanatory notes you can possibly give me. And then I wrote them all down. But I ask questions back and forth. Like, I'm understanding it, just not all on my own. But does it look like I have a doctorate in critical rhetoric? No. So why am I reading shit that's meant for them? I'm getting my bachelor's in communications. Basic communications. So, like, why would I understand anything from a doctorate critical rhetoric article? I'm not. I don't understand that vocab. No one in the class understands it. He was like, I don't even always understand it. Then why are we doing it? Why are we reading it? Like, let's start slow and get up and move up so we get some like kind of base ground to stand on, so we understand how to critique these articles and this rhetoric and then go up to like a harder reading level type thing, and then go up and go up. And it would be a much smoother process, but no. So that's annoying, and my classes are so fucking long on Tuesday and Thursday, 9 to 5 p.m. Kate has it worse. Kate Rabakova, that I went to high school with, she has 10 to 9 p.m. That's way worse. But that's like Russia for you, bro. I think that's everything.